Namaste and welcome. In today's session, I will be working out questions from Chapter 2 Polynomials, Exercise 2.2. In this exercise, all the questions are based on the concepts what we have learnt in our previous session. And in today's session, I will be touching upon only two concepts. The first concept is how to find out the zeros of the given quadratic polynomials. And the second concept is how to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. Here we go. The first question goes like this. Now let's do the first subdivision. X square minus 2x minus 8. Solution. See, the given polynomial is in x, so I can write let f of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 8. Now my aim is to factorize this polynomial by splitting the middle term. So I can write this as x square minus 2x minus 8. I can split the middle term minus 2x as minus 4x plus 2x. See, when I add these two terms, I will be getting minus 2x. There, minus 8 is there. When I multiply minus 4x and 2x, I should get the product of the first and the last terms. So that is the basic concept of splitting the middle term and then factorizing the given polynomial. Now, when I combine x square minus 4x, I will be getting x can be taken out, x minus 4, and when I combine 2x minus 8, I can take out 2 as common factor, then x minus 4. Now x minus 4 is common, that can be taken out. So I will be getting x minus 4 into x plus 2. So x square minus 2x minus 8 can be written as x minus 4 into x plus 2. And you know that the zeros of f of x are given by f of x is equal to 0. Already we learnt yesterday's class. So, we know, it's a very important statement. We know that the zeros of the polynomial f of x are given by f of x is equal to 0. This implies x square minus 2x minus 8 should be equal to 0, but we got x square minus 2x minus 8 as x minus 4 into x plus 2 here. So equal to 0. This implies x minus 4 equal to 0 or x plus 2 equal to 0. This will give you x is equal to 4 or x is equal to minus 2. So now you can write the first answer. Therefore, the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8 or 4 and minus 2. We answered the first part of the question. The second part is you have to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial. So let us do the second part. Let alpha and beta be the zeros of the given polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8. Okay, already we got the zeros as 4 and minus 2. So I can take, therefore I can take alpha is equal to 4 and I can take beta as minus 2. Okay, what will happen to the sum of the zeros? Therefore, sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta. When I substitute the values over here, I will be getting 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2. I can write this 2 as minus of minus 2 by 1. Slight modification I am making. Now, what is minus 2? Let me write here minus. Minus 2 is nothing but the coefficient of x. Okay, 1 is nothing but the coefficient of x square. So I can write this as minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Already we learned this concept in yesterday's session. Sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, which is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Okay, so this is what we are getting for sum of the zeros. Now, what will happen to the product of the zeros? Product of the zeros is equal to alpha beta, which is, you know, alpha is 4 into beta is minus 2. I am getting it as minus 8. This I can write it as minus 8 by 1. Now, what is minus 8? Minus 8 is, see here, constant term. 1 is the coefficient of x square. So, I can write over here constant term by coefficient of x square. So, this is product of the zeros. Let me name sum of the zeros, what we got over here as 1, and the product of the zeros, the relationship what we got, verified rather, as 2. Let us write the answer for the second part. Answer: from 1 and 2, we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8. See, you can recall, you are fully aware, sum of the zeros is equal to minus b by a, that is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. That is what we got in the first one. Then product of the zeros is equal to alpha beta is equal to c by a. So which is nothing but constant term by coefficient of x square. That is what we got over here. So now our aim is to write the final answer. In the board examination, some marks will be allocated for the final answer. So let us write that now. Answer. The first part, the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial or that is x square minus 2x minus 8 or 4 and minus 2. The second part, we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8. See, everything should be written in detail so that you don't lose marks anywhere when you write your board examination. Now, let us pass on to second subdivision. Second subdivision, the polynomial is given as 4s square minus 4s plus 1. Let's do this now. Solution. Here the polynomial is given in s. So let us take that as let f of s is equal to 4s square minus 4s plus 1. Now we have to factorize this polynomial. So I can write 4s square minus 4s plus 1 as 4s square minus 2s minus 2s plus 1. When I add these two terms, I will be getting minus 4s, and when I multiply minus 2s and minus 2s, I will be getting plus 4s square. That is the product of the first and the last terms. Okay. Now, when I combine these two terms, I can take out 2 as common factor. Then inside I will be having 2s minus 1. Whereas when I combine minus 2s plus 1, I can take out minus 1. Then inside I will be having 2s minus 1. Now 2s minus 1 is common. That can be taken out. Then I will be having here into 2s minus 1. That is 4 square minus 4s plus 1 can be written as 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1. Now we know that important statement, we know that the zeros of the polynomial, you have to be careful, here the polynomial is in s. So f of s given by f of s equal to 0 for s square minus 4s plus 1 equal to 0. That implies 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1 equal to 0. That is what we got over there. That is 4s square minus 4s plus 1 is equal to 2s minus 1 into 2s minus 1. This implies 2s minus 1 equal to 0 or 2s minus 1 equal to 0, which will give you s is equal to 1 by 2 or s is equal to 1 by 2. That is, we got the zeros of the given polynomial f of s. So, let me write the answer for the first part. Therefore, the zeros of the given polynomial, it's very important, given polynomial or quadratic polynomial, the choice is yours. 4s square minus 4s plus 1 or 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. So, first part you have completed. There the second part is, you have to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of this particular polynomial. So, let alpha and beta be the zeros of the given polynomial four s square minus 4s plus 1. Then what do you get? Because already you got the zeros of the polynomial is half and half, but you have taken alpha and beta to be the zeros of this particular polynomial. So, therefore, you can take alpha is equal to 1 by 2 and beta is equal to 1 by 2. Sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to, when you substitute the values of alpha and beta, you will be getting 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is nothing but 1. I can write this 1 as, this can be written as minus of minus 4 by 4. I am just making a slight modification, that's all. I can write this as minus of minus 4 by 4. That will give me 1. So, this is nothing but minus, what is minus 4? If you see the given polynomial, minus 4 is the coefficient of s and 4 is coefficient of s square. So, I can write this as minus 4 as coefficient of s by 4 as coefficient of s square. So, therefore, sum of the zeros, you have verified now for the sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros is equal to minus coefficient of s by coefficient of s square. Let me name this first result as 1. Okay. What will happen to product of the zeros? Product of the zeros is equal to alpha into beta, which is equal to, you know, alpha is 1 by 2 into beta is 1 by 2. I am getting 1 by 4. What is 1? If you see here in the given polynomial, 1 is the constant term. What is 4? 4 is the coefficient of s square. So I can write this as constant term by coefficient of s square. So therefore, you have verified now product of the zeros is equal to C by A. That is constant term by coefficient of s square. Let me name this result as 2. Now let us write the answer for the second part. Answer: from 1 and 2, we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial 4s square minus 4s plus 1. Now, both the answers put together, you have to give your final answer. That is very, very important. Answer: first part, the zeros of the given polynomial 4s square minus 4s plus 1 or 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. The second part, we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of given quadratic polynomial 4s square minus 4s plus 1. This is how you will be concluding your answer. Now let us move on to subdivision 3. Third subdivision, 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. Let's do it now. Solution. Here the polynomial is given in x, so I can write let f of x is equal to 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. I can write this, the descending power of x, as 6x square minus 7x minus 3. Now my aim is to factorize this polynomial by splitting the middle term. So 6x square minus 7x minus 3, I can write this as 6x square minus 7x can be written as minus 9x plus 2x, then minus 3. So when I multiply these two terms, I will be getting the product of the first and the last terms. Okay. Now, combining the first two, that is 6x square minus 9x, I can take out 3x. Then inside I will have 2x minus 3. And when I combine 2x minus 3 plus 1, I can take it out. Inside I will have 2x minus 3. Now, 2x minus 3 is common, which can be taken out as common factor. So, 2x minus 3 into 3x plus 1. So, this is what I am getting it for 6x square minus 7x minus 3. Now, the very important statement, we know that the zeros of the polynomial f of x are given by f of x equal to 0. This implies 6x square minus 7x minus 3 should be equal to 0. That will give me, see already you got 6x square minus 7x minus 3 as 2x minus 3 into 3x plus 1. So, 2x minus 3 into 3x plus 1 should be equal to 0. This implies 2x minus 3 equal to 0 or 3x plus 1 equal to 0. This will give me x is equal to 3 by 2 or x is equal to minus 1 by 3. Okay. So, I got the zeros of the polynomial, given polynomial. So, let me write the answer for the first part. Therefore, the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial six x square minus 3 minus 7x or 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 3. Okay. Now, let us make the assumption for the second part. Let alpha and beta be the zeros of the polynomial six x square minus 3 minus 7x. So, what do you get? Alpha is equal to 3 by 2, beta is equal to minus 1 by 3. Let us find out the sum of the zeros. Sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to, when you substitute the values, you will be getting 3 by 2 minus 1 by 3. Take LCM, then you will have 9 minus 2, which will give you 7 by 6. Okay. I can write this as minus of minus 7 by 6. Slight modification I am making here. Now, what is, let me write here minus first. Now, what is minus 7? If you see the given polynomial, minus 7 is the coefficient of x and 6 is coefficient of x square. So, I can write here minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. This is what we learnt yesterday also. Sum of the zeros should be equal to minus b by a or minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. So now we got, therefore, the sum of the zeros, we got it as equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Let me write this result what we got as 1. Okay. Now, what will happen to the product of the zeros? Product of the zeros is equal to alpha beta, which is equal to, what is alpha? We took alpha as 3 by 2 into beta. Beta is minus 1 by 3. Now here this 3 and this 3 will get cancelled. So I will be left with minus 1 by 2. This is what I am getting. This minus 1 by 2 I can write it as minus 3 by 6. Because minus 1 by 2 can be written as minus 3 by 6. Now, what is this minus 3? If you see, minus 3 is the constant term and minus 3 is the constant term and 6 is the coefficient of x square. So I can write over here constant term by coefficient of x square. So, therefore, you have already verified now, product of the zeros is equal to constant term by coefficient of x square. Let me name this result as 2. Okay. Now let us write the answer for the second part. Answer: from 1 and 2 we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the polynomial or the given quadratic polynomial 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. As I told you, for writing the answer separately, you will be given marks. So, answer, final answer, you have to write both the parts together. The first one, the zeros of the given polynomial or the quadratic polynomial 6x square minus 3 minus 7x, or we got as 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 3. 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 3. We have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial six x square minus 3 minus 7x. This is how you will be concluding your final answer. Now, let us pass on to subdivision 4. The fourth subdivision, 4u square plus 8u. Let's do it now. Solution. Here, the given polynomial is in u. So, I can write it as let f of u is equal to 4u square plus 8u. Now my aim is to factorize this. It's very easy to factorize. I can take out 4u, then inside I will have u plus 2. That's all. Very simple. Now the important point. We know that the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial f of u are given by f of u equal to 0. You have to be careful when you write the polynomial. This implies 4u square plus 8u should be equal to 0. This implies 4u into u plus 2 should be equal to 0 because that is what we got over here. This will give you 4u equal to 0 or u plus 2 equal to 0. That is u equal to 0 or u equal to minus 2. So now you got the zeros of the given polynomial. So let us write the answer for the first part. Therefore, the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial 4u square plus 8u are 0 and minus 2. Now let us do the second part. As usual, we will make the assumption let alpha and beta be the zeros of the polynomial four u square plus 8u. So from here what do you get? Already you got the zeros of the polynomial 0 and minus 2. So you can take alpha as 0 and beta as minus 2. So therefore you can take alpha is equal to 0, beta is equal to minus 2. Now sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to, when you substitute the values you will be getting 0 plus minus 2. So 0 minus 2, which is going to be just minus 2. I can write this minus 2 as minus of 8, minus 8 by 4. I can write slight modifications I am making here because I have to verify the the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial. I can write this as minus. What is 8? If you see here, 8 is the coefficient of u. 4 is coefficient of u square. So I can write over here coefficient of u by coefficient of u square. So I got the relation, rather I verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial. So therefore, sum of the zeros is equal to minus coefficient of u by coefficient of u square. Let me name the result what we have verified as 1. Now what will happen to the product of the zeros? Product of the zeros is equal to alpha beta. You know alpha is 0, beta is minus 2. So 0 into minus 2, which is going to be 0. So I can write 0 as 0 by 4. Because 0 by any number is going to be 0. Now this is nothing but, see here, there is no constant term at all. That means the constant term here is 0. So I can write here constant term by coefficient of u square. So now we have verified, therefore product of the zeros is equal to constant term by coefficient of u square. Let me name this result what you have verified as 2. And our aim is to write the answer for the second part. Answer: from 1 and 2, we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial for u square plus 8u. As I told you, you have to write the answers of both the parts together as your final answer. So let us do that now. The first part, the zeros of the given polynomial 4u square plus 8u or 0 and minus 2. Second part, we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial 4u square plus 8u. This is how you will be concluding your final answer. See, every step is important as far as the board examination is concerned. Now, we will pass on to subdivision 5. Fifth subdivision. The given polynomial is t square minus 15. Let's do it now. Solution. Since the given polynomial is in t, we can make the assumption as let f of t is equal to t square minus 15. And now I have to factorize this. I can write it as t square minus root 15 the whole square. 15 can be written as root 15 the whole square. Now this is of the form a square minus b square. You know the formula, which is a plus b into a minus b. So I can write this as t plus root 15 into t minus root 15. I will write the formula here inside for you. Since a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. Okay. The important step, we know that the zeros of the polynomial f of t are given by f of t is equal to 0. This implies t square minus 15 should be equal to 0. This implies t square minus 15, we got it as t plus root 15 into t minus root 15. Let me write this here for you once again. This is t square minus 15. Okay. So, t plus root 15 into t minus root 15 is equal to 0. This implies t plus root 15 equal to 0 or t minus root 15 equal to 0. This will give t is equal to minus root 15 or t is equal to root 15. Now we got the zeros of the given polynomial f of t, which is t square minus 15. So let us write the first answer. Therefore, the zeros of the given polynomial t square minus 15 or minus root 15 and root 15. Okay. Now let's do the second part. Let alpha and beta be the zeros of the given polynomial t square minus 15. So, what do you get? You got the zeros as minus root 15 and root 15. Now we made the assumption alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial. So alpha is equal to minus root 15, beta is equal to root 15. Now sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus root 15 plus root 15, which is equal to 0. I can write 0 as minus 0 by 1. Now, this is minus. What is 0? If you see the given polynomial, you have got t square term and you have constant term. There is no t term at all. So, t term is 0. So, I can write here instead of 0, it is nothing but the coefficient of t by 1. 1 is nothing but coefficient of t square. So, coefficient of t square. Okay. So you have verified the sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus coefficient of t by coefficient of t square, which is nothing but minus b by a. That is what you got it here. So let us write here. Therefore, sum of the zeros is equal to minus coefficient of t by coefficient of t square. Okay, what will happen to the product of the zeros? Anyway, the result what we verified now, let us take it as 1. Product of the zeros, product of the zeros is equal to alpha beta, which is equal to, we took alpha as minus root 15 into root 15, which is nothing but minus 15. I can write this as minus 15 by 1. Now, what is minus 15? See here, minus 15 is the constant term and 1 is the coefficient of t square. So, I can write here constant term by coefficient of t square. So, verified the product of the zeros is equal to constant term by coefficient of t square. So, therefore, product of the zeros is equal to constant term by coefficient of t square. So let me take the result what we have verified now as 2. Now our job is to write the answer for the second part. Answer from 1 and 2 we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial t square minus 15. Then the last very important step, you have to write your answer. First part, the zeros of the given polynomial t square minus 15 or minus root 15 and root 15. The second answer, we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial t square minus 15. This is how you will be concluding your final answer. Now we will move on to subdivision 6. Sixth subdivision. The given polynomial is 3x square minus x minus 4. Let's do this now. Solution. Since the given polynomial is in x, I can write this as, let f of x is equal to 3x square minus x minus 4. Now, I have to factorize this quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term. So, 3x square minus x minus 4. I can write minus x as, that is 3x square, minus x can be written as minus 4x plus 3x, then minus 4 is there already. So, when I add minus 4x and this 3x, I will be getting the middle term minus x, and when I multiply minus 4x and 3x, I will be getting the product of first and the last terms. So, now let me combine 3x square minus 4x. I can take out x as common factor. Inside I will have 3x minus 4. And when I combine 3x minus 4 plus 1, I can take it out, or I can write it like this, plus 1 into 3x minus 4. Now 3x minus 4 is common. Take it out. So I will be getting 3x minus 4 into x plus 1. That is 3x square minus x minus 4. I can write it as 3x minus 4 into x plus 1. Now the usual important step, we know that the zeros of the polynomial, already it is in x, so I can write f of x are given by f of x equal to 0. This implies 3x square minus x minus 4 should be equal to 0. That is, I got 3x square minus x minus 4 as 3x minus 4 into x plus 1. So, 3x minus 4 into x plus 1 equal to 0. This implies 3x minus 4 equal to 0 or x plus 1 equal to 0. This will give me x is equal to 4 by 3 or x is equal to minus 1. So now we got the zeros of the given polynomial. So let me write that as answer for the first part. Answer. Therefore, the zeros of the given polynomial 3x square minus x minus 4 or 4 by 3 and minus 1. Okay. Now let us do the second part. Let alpha and beta be the zeros of the given polynomial 3x square minus x minus 4. So already we got the zeros as 4 by 3 and minus 1. So I can take alpha as 4 by 3, beta as minus 1. Now we need to find out the sum of the zeros. So sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to, substitute the values over here, 4 by 3 minus 1. When you take LCM, 4 minus 3 by 3, which is equal to 1 by 3. Now, I can write this as minus of minus 1 by 3. Slight modification. Now, this is nothing but, if you see here, minus 1 is coefficient of x. 3 is coefficient of x square. So I can write over here minus, that minus 1 I can write coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. So we have verified the first relation, that is the sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta is equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square, which is nothing but minus b by a. So therefore sum of the zeros is equal to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. Let me name the result what you have verified as 1. Now, what will happen to the product of the zeros? Let us see that now. Product of the zeros is equal to alpha beta. You know alpha is 4 by 3, beta is minus 1. Alpha is 4 by 3, beta is minus 1. So 4 by 3 into minus 1, which is going to be minus 4 by 3. Okay. What is minus 4? So I can write this as minus 4 by 3. What is minus 4? Minus 4 is the constant term. 3 is coefficient of x square. So I can write over here constant term by coefficient of x square. So, we have verified the product of the zeros is equal to constant term by coefficient of x square. Let me name this result, what we have verified, as 2. Now we need to write the answer for the second part. From 1 and 2, we have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial or the quadratic polynomial 3x square minus x minus 4. Now, the very important step, you have to write your answer for both the parts together at the end. So, answer, the first one, the zeros of the given polynomial three x square minus x minus 4, or you know that 4 by 3 and minus 1. 4 by 3 and minus 1. Even you can write the zeros of the given quadratic polynomial. Okay. Now the second answer. We have verified the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomial or quadratic polynomial 3x square minus x minus 4. This is how you will be concluding your final answer. With that, we have come to the end of today's session and we have worked out questions from exercise 2.2 pertaining to the just two concepts, namely how to find out the zeros of the polynomial as well as how to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of the given polynomials. Now, in my next session, I will be working out questions based on the same two concepts from previous year's question papers. When I do questions from previous year's papers, you will get to know how the questions can be asked based on these two concepts. It may not be similar to what we have done in today's class. Some slight modifications or variations, whatever you call it, will be definitely there in those questions. So, if I work out questions from previous year's papers, I am sure that will give you confidence to face your board examination when you come across questions of similar types. Thank you very much. I will meet you again in my next session.